Call all Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rahacha Kodash. This is Malak Magania giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rahacha Kodash. And I want to say also double honors to the apostles of the Great Millstone and to the elders and to the men and women who cry and sigh for the abominations that are being done within and without. This is a little review here, real quick, for the elect's sake in regards to the young ones. And as you can clearly see these titles here, right? We're going to touch real quick. I'm going to touch on them, right? And you know where I'm going because since at least 2016, all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I've been in the spirit doing videos on the mark of the beast, and we did get chastised a lot for them, but that's all prophecy. And now we're living in the time, meaning that, as you can clearly see here, this was what it's all about. One verse in Scripture, Revelation 13:16. Okay, there's many other verses, and if you go at the top of this book, the 13th chapter, verses 1 and 2, it gives you the name of this system. Okay, a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, Esau's family, simply put. So real quick, going into the term, the Agenda 2030, the goal for 2030, right? And Lord willing, Mark 13:20, around there. The Lord is speeding up the time. You know, as a matter of fact, that's mercy, because it just seemed like yesterday, right? It seemed like yesterday. It's clearing my mind in the spirit, man. And so, this Agenda 30, in regards to the mark of the beast being mandated by law, the Lord is going to give that a shout. And Esau has to fulfill his will. Revelation 17:17, he has to fulfill it. Right? Read that. You can read that verse. But yes, the Lord is speeding up the time. No doubt about it in regards to Agenda 2030, man. And we're in 20... I almost said we're in 2028. We're in 2026, but greater things the Lord is going to do to speed up the time. So yes, let me read that scripture, right? Because the time is being sped up, not for the sake of prophecy. The Lord is speeding up the time. Okay, make no doubt about it, man. It's not man. Yes, Esau is permitted to do some things. Okay, he's permitted to do some things in the air to make you antsy, but that's not what we're talking about. And Amos 3:6 says, if there's evil done in the city, has the Lord not done it? Right? Who's giving the orders? And who is carrying it out? Right? His perfect will and his express will. So Mark 13:20, it says, real quick, except, in fact, I'll read it from the NLT. In fact, unless the Lord shortens that time of calamity, not a single person will survive. But for the sake of the chosen ones, he has shortened those days. And you people are bugging out and crashing out, right? Because you're not of the elect. Lord willing, I'm of the hopeful elect. Okay? But yes, the Lord is in control. Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai is in control. So yes, real quick, let me get to the verse, because I'm going to probably finish with it as well. But yeah, so Agenda 2030, quick reminder, the verse is, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Yeah. And of course, it starts with worship, but the mark of the beast is the microchip, right? And listen, even if you don't, if you refuse the mark of the beast, it's still worship, okay? right? If you refuse the mark of the beast, the Lord can still kill you, because it's about the chosen ones who will be exempted from judgment. Ezekiel 9 and 4. Okay? But don't get it twisted, man. The mark of the beast is the microchip. The mark, the number 666, 666. A lot of people worship the 666. Okay? All right? A lot of people supports, excuse me, but 666 is the number, excuse me, and the microchip is the mark, and the name is NATO and the EU. Okay, another name for that system, and Agenda 30. They're the main culprits behind it, right? So yes, so moving on, and then you see here it says digital ID. I already gave you the mark of the beast. That's pretty much covered. That's a precept for it. And then what you call it here, you have the CBDC, and then you have food control, right? Again, CBDC goes into the mark of the beast again, and in regards to your allegiance for receiving a mark, or worship the beast and his image. Okay, a microchip is waiting around the corner for you, right? Or allegiance to the beast, or a full allegiance to receive his number. Okay, and all of this has to do with this verse that I just read. And he calls it all, and he there goes back to, right, that Roman system, going back to Esau, Edom. Let me be clear: the serpent, the dragon, the serpent, right? And the scripture tells us in Revelation 16 he has two other counterparts with him: the beast, the dragon, and the false prophet. He has the false prophet and the beast system working along with him. Okay, and that's the spirit of pagan Rome, all the way right through. Okay, but it's a threefold union, right? But it starts with that Esau, Edom, right? This is his world. Job 9:24. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Right. So the wicked, right? Sons of the wicked, Esau and his family, man. Straight. Okay. All right. Moving on. There's going to be food control, which goes into the famine of the word, spiritually and literally, right? And the Lord is the one who causes these famines, right? And he's going to give Esau special instruction to withhold food and water, right? But the scripture that I had for the famine of the word, simply put, is Amos 8, 11 and 12. Okay, but there's also a literal famine that's going to take place. Like I said, right? In order to eat well or to do things, you're going to need this mark. You people that's going to buy into you goyams, okay? And of course, you see down there where it says mass surveillance, right? Of course, again, that's covered under the mark of the beast, no doubt about it. Okay. And then you have, real quick here, you have energy control. Energy control, right? The scripture that I have for that, going into energy control, that's from a global standpoint. Okay. And prophecy, the book of Daniel explains that in a nutshell. Daniel 7:22, right? Revelation 17, 12 and 13, and 2nd Ezra's 11:39. So I'm going to just go to one of them just to give you the gist of what we're talking about here in regards to energy control. Okay, so I'm going to go to, there's another one actually in Isaiah 40:29 and 29 to 31. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to that one so you can get the gist of what I'm saying. So simply put, let me just grab that, because I was going to get the other ones that I had lined up. But let's go to Isaiah first. Isaiah 40, right? 20, yeah, 21, 20, yeah, 21. Yeah, that's the one I want. Yeah, bear with me there, folks. Yeah, Isaiah 40. I'm just looking at that here. Yeah, Isaiah 40, 29, 31. That's the one I wanted, yeah. So, 20, yeah, 29 to 31. So it says, He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might. He increaseth strength, right? So this is what the Lord does, right? Great energy control. So I'm just trying to show you who's behind it. Right? It's not a man, right? It's a superpower. Yahweh Shem Shai. Now Esau has to take orders, man, and bring his energy weapons and so forth like that. You folks know what's going on. So when you see that's happening, know that Esau is taking orders from Yahweh Shem Shai from the left side. That's his job. Okay? Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fail. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You see, the elect of Israel, right, the chosen ones. But they that wait, right, and when you look up this word wait, man, it's not sitting around twiddling your thumbs or playing basketball and doing all this fuckery, right? It's this wait here has to do with the ministry, the prophets. Right. As a matter of fact, let me just since I wasn't going to go there, but let me just pull up the etem online and just show you this word wait, because this is a serious thing. You know what? I'm going to let you guys do an etem online, right? Because I have too much to cover, right? And I'm not trying to make this video long, Lord willing. Yahweh, okay? But yes, those who wait upon the Lord, man, will renew their strength. You see? So the Lord controls all of the energy, what's going on here, and he's dictating to Esau Edom what he wants to come out through his programs, right? And then as you can clearly see here, right, so that was Isaiah 40, 29 to 31, right? And I did give you Daniel 7:22, so as a matter of fact, let me just get that there. All right. Just one more on that. Daniel 7:22. It says, until the ancient of days came, you see, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, right? And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. So yes, definitely. Reason why I bring that precept out, just to show you who's running things, right? So that you understand it's not down here, it's just fulfilling prophecy on this end in regards to what Esau is going to do, what he's told to do, right? And the scripture for that also goes into he is bound by many days. He's bound. Esau's system is bound by many days. And right now it's circling the drains. And it starts right there in America. It starts in America, right? And it's going to end in America. America will be annihilated with nuclear missiles. This is one of the Lord's strange acts. I know it doesn't look like it right now, right? You have a bumbling leader over there. The Lord put him there to bumble around like that, right? And behind the scenes, he's bugging out and crashing out at the same time, right? He's basically reduced to applesauce. That's what this guy's reduced to right now. Okay, he'll pop up back again and start talking, right, and fulfilling prophecy, because he seems to be the Lord's man. The Lord's going to use him to finish up this thing, man. Mark 13 and 20, man. Shorten the days. All praises to Yahweh Shem Shai. Yeah, and the social system, again, is Revelation. You see here, social system, pretty much. That's Revelation 13, 16, and 17. You could read it together. Okay. And I did give you 2nd Ezra's 11:39. Let's go there as well, right? Let's go there as well. It says, I start at verse 38. It says, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, you see, art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts? You see, these systems here, the four beasts, right? Four beasts, and we're in the toes, we're in the feet and toes, iron and clay, or the right of the four beasts, the fourth one, okay, dreadful and terrible in the book of Daniel, whom I have made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them. You see, last verse, 2nd Ezra 11:40. It says, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power, right, going into their energy system, going into their energy control, right? You know, miracles is ultimately sorcery. Wisdom of Solomon 17 and verse 7, right? And you can read from the top of the Wisdom of Solomon 17. And if you go back to, that magic is going to work against the wicked, the elect and the wicked, right? Excuse me, the 2/3 of the people. It's going to work against 2/3 of the people, 2/3 of the Israelites, and it's going to work against the wicked. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon 17, when you start at the top and you read to the 7th verse. And then when you go to chapter 5 of the same book, it shows you that it's sorcery. Okay, it's ultimately sorcery. Yes, so if you notice, there's a figure there's a figure right in the center of this, and there's an all-seeing eye on top, right? So that figure that's a god of this world, right? And it's you could simply say it's Babal or Baal, okay? Because that's also one of Esau's gods, right? And all you people that's following after these gods, this is what's going to happen. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read Wisdom of Solomon 17 so you can see what happened in closing, okay? But let me finish this verse here in 2nd Ezra 11:40. It says, and the fourth came and overcame the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, you see, and over the whole compass of the earth, not just America, but that's his base, where that woman in the red dress with the big breasts, right? But it's a man in a drag. A lot of people say that, right? This system over here is heavy into gender reassignment surgery and transhumanism in all forms. I'm using that word, transhumanism. Okay, excuse me for cutting it short there in the precepts. Let me read it again. 2nd Ezra 11:40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the compass of the earth, which much wicked oppression and so long time dwelt. Hey, the people are tired of this. They're tired of this oppression. Hey, I'm talking about the elect. But you other people, you goyams, man, you love it. You love to be Stockholmed. You love to be Stockholm syndrome all day, all night. But the Lord's elect, okay, faithful elect, do not love that. Okay? We love Yehovah Shem Yahushai, man. We don't love this oppression, right? Can't sit still, right? And it says, and so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. You see, going back to that beast system, right? That dragon, that old serpent, the devil in Esau, Edom. For the earth, verse 41, I'll just stop here and finish up this video. It says, for the earth has thou not judged with truth. but with what? Unrighteousness. So everything that we see here is a lie. We're living a lie, right? He has the people saying all kinds of stuff that they're living in a matrix and all this. That is, well, they're saying the right things, but they just can't break it down because they're bugged out. They're saying that it's not real. We're saying it's real. It's just that it's, for the earth has thou not judged with truth. We know that it's not truth, it's error, right? It's from the left side. But Yahweh Shemel Shai is in control of that left side. Okay? And he has given it into the hands of the wicked. All right? So let's just go to Wisdom of Solomon 17:7, my last precept, to close this off, because we could go on and on. So I'm going to read the first verse. So it says, "For great are thy judgments and cannot be expressed. Therefore," you see, "unnurtured souls have erred." All right, so going into 2/3 of our people, unnurtured souls. Hey, we're not talking about the wicked here, but I'm just showing you the example. So this is about 2/3 of Israel, right? Yeah, the spirit of the wicked is on them, okay, because they have heard in error. They're living in error. Let's get to the point. It says, "As for the illusions of Art-Majik, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace." So you see, illusions of magic, just like this system here that you're looking at, is sorcery. Okay? And 2/3 of our people have bought into it, Art-Majik. "For they," verse 8, "for they that promise to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear worthy to be laughed at. For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with the beasts that pass by and hissing of serpents." Okay, so just look at the mindset. All right, I'll just read to verse 11. I already made the point in verse 7. Okay, that it's sorcery that's going to overcome 2/3 of our people. And this system here is based on sorcery, illusions of magic. Okay, everything that we see. "They died for fear, denying that they saw the error which could of no side be avoided. For wickedness," last verse 11, "for wickedness condemned by their own witness is very timorous." You could look that word up. "And being pressed with conscience always forecasted grievous things." You see? So yes, Art-Majik, man. So yeah, just wanted to touch on these. You guys can go into it a little bit more, Lord willing. This was edifying. Okay. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I'm going to say double honors to the apostles and elders who rule and teach well in spirit and in truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom. And Abad Babal.